The last light. On the jagged cliffs of Maine, the black hollow lighthouse loomed over the ocean, its once proud beacon a flickering memory, abandoned for years. Locals whispered of its curse, a keeper who vanished without a trace decades ago, his logbook ending with the words, "The light is not alone." Ryan, a freelance photographer, was drawn to the lighthouse after reading about its mysterious history. He planned to capture its eerie beauty for a photo series, ignoring the warnings of the townsfolk. "Stay away from Black Hollow," the old diner waitress had said, her voice trembling. But Ryan wasn't superstitious, and the idea of unearthing something chilling thrilled him. He arrived just before sunset, the lighthouse silhouetted against a bruised sky. Its iron door creaked open, revealing a spiral staircase spiraling into darkness. The air was heavy, damp with the scent of salt and decay. Ryan set up his camera, climbing higher to reach the lantern room. At the top, the beacon was shattered, shards of glass scattered across the floor. He took a few photos, his flash casting fleeting shadows on the walls. But then, as the last sliver of sunlight dipped below the horizon, the temperature dropped sharply, and the air became suffocatingly still. He grabbed his camera to document the phenomenon, but when he looked through the lens, his stomach twisted. In the beam of light, he saw a figure, a man in an old-fashioned keeper's uniform, staring directly at him. The man's eyes were hollow, black pits, and his mouth stretched into a grimace that didn't belong to a living soul. Ryan lowered the camera, but there was no one there. Trembling, he climbed down the stairs, the hum growing louder, almost deafening. Reaching the base, he found the door shut tight. No amount of pulling or shoving could budge it. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the tower. It was faint at first, like wind slipping through cracks, but then it grew louder, clearer. "The light must stay on. The light must stay on." Ryan spun around, the flashlight in his hand barely cutting through the darkness. Shadows moved where they shouldn't, twisting and writhing as if alive. The voice grew into a scream, overlapping with others, a cacophony of agony. Ryan's flashlight flickered, and in the brief moments of illumination, he saw them, the faces of countless men and women, their features distorted, their mouths wide in silent screams, pressing against the walls. Desperate, he ran back up the stairs, the only place left to go. The lantern room was impossibly bright now, the light spinning faster and faster, the hum a roar. Ryan stumbled into the room, shielding his eyes. "You came for the story," a voice rasped behind him. He turned to see the keeper again, his face inches from Ryan's, his black eyes pulling him in. The man smiled, revealing teeth that glinted like broken glass. "Now you're part of it." Ryan screamed as the light enveloped him, his body stretching and warping into the beam itself. Days later, a group of hikers found his camera on the cliffs. The last photo was of the lighthouse at night, its beam sweeping the ocean. In the light, a new figure stood alongside the keeper, a man with a camera slung over his shoulder, his face frozen in a silent scream.